So till now we have seen Salesforce is made up of different applications, and each application is made up of different objects. And we have seen the definition of Salesforce platform, like Salesforce platform is something called as app development platform that will help you build your customer relationship management systems or extend the existing customer relationship management systems. Okay. Now we'll find a way to define that definition more clearly with this example. Now I have a business. I have an business application, KC Fashions, already existing in the system. Now I want to enhance this application. I want to add some more features or some kind of a different objects or data into this system. That can be possible by the Salesforce platform, right? It itself says that it is a tool that where we can extend our application capabilities, or we can develop the application from scratch. So I am not developing the application from scratch, just I'm enhancing my existing application. So if you see here, there are different objects in my application already, like products, customer, contact person, sales, employee, etc. Now I have a new requirement of filling the data with related to the suppliers. I have a suppliers in my I have suppliers in my business. I want to store that information into the system. So how can we do that? So we have to create the database table, right? In the last video we have seen database table is nothing but an object in the Salesforce. So now we have to create the object in the Salesforce where we can fill the data related to the suppliers. Okay. This is something called as setup gate, which we will use to. Sorry, one second. Which we will use to open setup options for this organization for the sandbox. In this, we have the home where we can have a quick find, and this is the object manager. You will see about this home quick find in later in the videos. Now, for now, you just consider if you click on this setup and open the object manager. This is a place where you can create the objects in the Salesforce or the database tables in the Salesforce to store the data. Now I'll click on create, and in this create I have requirement to create a custom object. So ignore this second one. So now just for now, just we'll remember this point only, that we are only creating the custom object, nothing else. Okay. So I'll open the custom object creation UI, where we have a setup to create a new custom object in the Salesforce. Now, this custom object, I'll call it as a supplier. Okay. Suppliers. Okay. Now, I'll provide a description for this object. This is used to store information related to KC Fashions suppliers. Okay. The other things you keep as it is for now. So this is a record name. Like a name of the record, how you'll see like supplier name, supplier ID, like that. So I'll keep it as supplier name itself. So that will be a data type where we will come about this data types in few more minutes. Okay. Now remaining keep everything as is. Click on save. Okay. There you go. You got a custom object called supplier is created in your environment of Salesforce. But if I go here and reload it, there you cannot see the supplier object here. Okay. As you can see, employee, sales, and contact person, customer information here. You cannot see the supplier object here. Even if you want to add more items into this, click on add more items and click on add all, and you do not find a option to select for the supplier's object. So what more we need to do so that we can bring the custom object that we created into this KC Fashions application. So for that, what you have to do is again go to this setup. We can also go from here. Okay, as I've shown in a few minutes. As I've shown just now. So you can click here in the setup, click here in the setup and navigate to this, and here you can or you have to open something called as tabs. Okay, tabs. Tabs are nothing but a box, or you can say something called as a way to reach the object from the application. So this is one of the application. This KC Fashions is one of the application, and these are the tabs. Okay, under these tabs, you will find the object and their data. Okay, so for any object to be visible on any of the application in the Salesforce, you have to create a tab to it. Okay, now I'll create a tab to it. So you can see here, these are the custom object tabs which I have created for contact person, customers, employees, houses, products, sales, shared sales. Okay. Now I'll in the same way I'll create a tab for the custom object that we have created, that is supplier object. Okay. Now what object? Yeah, it is already showing in the drop down supplier. You can select any of the tab style like well I am creating now. Keep this option as it is, and description it's optional. Here I am providing tab for KC Fashion supplier object. Okay, now keep everything as it is. We will see what is this profiles and how to add a particular tab to profiles. Okay, next add to custom apps. So here you can see it is added to every app. Okay, now I don't want this to be visible on the, if I don't want this object to not to be visible on any of the other application in this org, Salesforce org, I can deselect this. Okay, I can deselect, I can this checkbox. But now for now I am leaving it as it is, so that this object can be accessible in any of the application in the Salesforce. So I click on save. If you are getting confused regarding these profiles and this regarding this adding this app or object level permissions, just ignore this for now. We'll see in the upcoming videos. Okay. Now, if you see here, there is an object tab that I have created for the supplier's object. Now, again we will reload this. Then here you don't find this obviously because I haven't added to this navigation bar. Now I click here, and in the navigation items you have 7 items as of now. Now add more items. Or now I will search for the supplier. There you go. You have a suppliers tab visible to this KC Fashions object. Okay. Add one item. Now you have 8 navigation items in this navigation bar. Click save. Okay, you have the suppliers tab. Under the supplier tab, you have the supplier object. Oops, there are no records as of now because I haven't created any data yet into this object. Now, if I want to create the data into this object, just click here new. Supplier name, you can Krishna, click save. There you go. You have one record. Okay, one record. This is nothing but record. I mean, this view we haven't seen. This is what we have seen till now, like one row. If you click on one row of record or one row of data, you will navigate to this page. This is something called as record page in the Salesforce. So if you open object, and in the object, if you select any of the record, you will be navigated to such page where you can see the details of that record. So here I can see a supplier name and the owner lost modified by created name. So these are the different fields. Owner, last modified by, created by, supplier name. These are the fields. What are fields? Till now in the last video we have seen the fields are the columns or column headings that shows specific information regarding the particular record. Okay, these fields will be same for all the records in that particular object. Okay, now this is how we create an object in the Salesforce or the database table in the Salesforce. Now I can say that I enhanced or I extended my capability, my application capability, like Casey Fashion's application capability, to store one more information regarding the suppliers by using the Salesforce platform. So this is what the definition says. It's an app development platform that is useful for the businesses or companies to extend their CRM capabilities or their business capabilities. Okay. Now, this is what we create a custom objects in the Salesforce. What about the fields? There are only 4 fields that are visible now. I want more fields so that I can know more details about my record or about my suppliers. Okay. Again, for that, you have to go to the setup. I close this. Where the fields reside in the Salesforce, every field will be residing under one particular object, right? Now, I want to create fields in which object? Supplier object that we have created just now. So, in the object manager, you have different objects listed as this. Now, I open the supplier object. Okay. In the supplier object, you have the details of the object as we have seen just now. Now, what we have to create? We have to create fields in the supplier object, like supplier name that we have seen it is already existing. Owner, last modified by, created by. These all fields I haven't created. These are the fields that are created by the Salesforce itself when we created the object. Like so that we know whatever the features that are developed by the Salesforce are nothing but called as standard features. So I can say these are the standard features or standard fields that are provided by the Salesforce itself. Okay. Now I want to create new fields. I can say custom fields in this object. So for that, again you have to click on new button. Now here, if you see, you observe that there are like data types, different data types that are available for us to select. We will come to know about these data types in few more. In the next upcoming videos. Okay. For now, let's think this data type is a type which says what kind of information you store in the field. Okay. Suppose I select date, then I can say that I can store the date related information into the particular field. If I say text, then I can say that I can store text. I can store any name or address into that particular field of the object. Now I select text option. Okay. Click on next. Now I can say I can have the field called as city of the supplier. Okay. And length I can specify as 18. Description I can give any description. City of the supplier. Help text. Help text are like it says in the UI, if any of the user wants to fill the data into or create a new record into that object, it says like it shows some kind of information on that field, so that you can, oh, okay, I have to create or I have to store the particular data or particular kind of data. These are help text. I will show how the help text works. So here I will provide only Indian cities need to be given. Okay. Now I'll, if I say required, so I mean required in the sense, if any of the user wants to create a record, then definitely he have to fill this field. Okay. If he didn't give this as required, then it's an optional field. For now, I'm giving, leaving it as it is. Now I'll click on next. Uh, Again, leave this field level security option. Okay, just click on next, click on save. There you go. You have created one custom field. Okay, with the data type as text and field label. The label in the sense what your users see in the UI. City is the label that I have created. Now again, go back to your application, KC Fashions application, then reload this. So I'll click on suppliers. Now I'll click on new. There you go. You have now the option to give the city here. Supplier name. Again, I'll give it as Ram. Then in the city, say just now we have seen we have talked about the help text, right? This is what help text is. Like it is like info option of this particular field, so that it guides the users what kind of information that can be stored into this field. So it is saying only Indian cities needs to be given. Okay, then I'll give. Okay, then click on save. There you go. Now you have a second supplier record, and in the details you have supplier name and the city. Now, if you see, you have supplier name as the only field that is visible. If I click on all records, these are the two records that are visible. Now, as we have seen in the Excel sheet, whenever we add fields to this object or table, you will be seeing as a columns, right? Even that is the same case with products. Okay, even that is the same case with products where we have different fields as columns. But here we don't see that way, right? So for that to happen, what we have to do is some additional configuration to this additional view we have to do. Here you go to this gear, list view controls gear or settings of this list view, and click on select fields to display. In this select fields to display, we have selected only, by default it is selected only visible fields as supplier name. Now what we have done is we have added city. You can add or remove the fields. Now add city and created by as two more fields. Okay. Now there you go. You have a table view where you have the rows and the columns. Okay. So this is similar to the Excel sheet, right? Which we have seen in the last video. So where we have rows and columns. So here also we have rows and columns. This is nothing but, we say, as we have already discussed, these are objects in the Salesforce. In the object, these are field names or fields, and these are records or the one row of data. Okay, and this complete thing is called as application. And these applications, like a standard and custom application put together, form the Salesforce platform. And not only this, there are multiple things in the Salesforce platform, like you have the analytic tools, you have the dashboard tools, dashboard applications into this Salesforce platform, where you can, which you can use to extend your CRM system capabilities. Like you can use them to extend your customer relationships with your business partners or customers. So this is like a basics of a Salesforce platform. We have seen theoretically, also we have seen practically how this is and how we can create this basic objects and fields. So by here we'll conclude that Salesforce application is made up of objects, and in the objects we have fields, uh, and in the objects we can store the data. Okay. uh, why I'm repeating and this many times is you have to remember this point for sure, because apps and objects work together in the Salesforce, and they play a key role in any of the administration or development concepts. Okay, so keep watching my videos on this channel. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos. Please like, comment, and share if you like this video. Thank you.